Hello everybody, welcome to another ride along with goggles, and this time we're in Durango, Mexico, and we're heading for Villanueva, Mexico. So yeah, thought we'd take a look at the Mexico map, and this is a route that I hadn't been on before, and thought we'd try it out. And I've got a B double on here just for a little bit of extra maneuverability. And if I get in trouble, I can back it up. So yeah, let's spark her up and get going. All right, get some lights on here. Brakes off. Yeah, we better hop in here so we figure out where we're going. Looks like a right and a left on the freeway. So you'll recognize the prefab, but I look this way, but a bunch of this foreyard that we're heading out of, that's cut off here. It's a little smaller footprint, and it's on quite a slope. So that's a little different.
Turn right. Keep left. After 50 yards, turn left. Turn left.
I don't recognize all of the paintings on the ground here, but I imagine those stripes mean don't, stay out of this zone. Gonna have to assume that's what that is. I see, I got an extended green to the left, and the other guy went through the light. That car, weird, but see, it's it is Mexico. But you'll see a bunch of different buildings and prefabs here that you won't see in the SCS game, because they got a bunch of their own unique stuff they created. And of course there's a bunch of the SCS prefabs. And the other thing, if you haven't been down here before, you're going to see a lot of speed bumps. They can catch you out if you're not expecting them, so you got to kind of keep an eye out. If you're in small towns, for sure, it's really bad.
Go straight.
I'm just gonna hop in here for a second, get a look at where we're going on the map. Looks like we're just gonna follow the road on out of town. Guy beside me, oh, he's empty. Wondering how he was keeping up with me. I do got my lower tier heavy haul motor in here. DD60 from the sound of things. Yep, DD60. And see this, look at where they're driving on that stripe. That's kind of weird, eh? And this right lane isn't very wide. But they just kind of drive on the dotted line. You get over here and cars will pass you on the left. In fact, cars will pass you anywhere on this map. I think I took a screenshot once. I was in a really mountainous terrain. Whoops. Really windy road. And so I was approaching like going up a hill, going to go over the top. Like I say, really tight and windy. And there was a left-hand turn. Just as you're getting to the crest, fairly sharp. So you're looking at a blind crest, left-hand turn coming up. And I had a heavy load on, and there's a cop behind me. He passed me going over that hill blind in a blind left turn. Didn't seem to care. That was pretty funny. I'd like to get a look behind me and see what if we're backing people up back there. Let's wait till we get a section of road where I can feel safe to look back. So 70 means 70 kilometers. This is like, unlike the US, we're not miles an hour here. So if you're using like the sim dashboard or something like that, it converts for you. So my little dash here that I've got in front of the steering wheel is converting the kilometers into miles an hour for me, because despite the fact I live in Canada and we have the metric system here, I still think in miles an hour. I'm real happy in my old Caddy with its mile an hour speedometer. Doesn't look like we're holding anybody up. Or yet, anyway. Oh, what's this guy doing? Oh, he's getting, a stop sign. Here's a big speed bump. This really gives the suspension a workout. And another one. And another one. Wow. So we've got the federales here. So it's really those speed bumps to me are the most annoying thing in Mexico, but that's what it is. Uh-oh. Oh, now I'm not getting a gear. Come on. I don't know if this stupid shifter connection or not. I keep meaning to look at it and I don't. It's acting up when I want to change the range.
Straight.
So yeah, there's no telemetry to the. I'm trying a different app here, a different SimDash app, and there's no telemetry. So let's close that off. stops. Try to get a look around at some of the scenery and ill advised. With that crazy delay in the shifting. I think I'll really get a chance to pass this guy. It's hard to see what the road does here. It'd be pretty iffy. If I crowd him, he'll hit the brakes, so gotta watch. Watch him carefully. Well, the Tropic of Cancer, we just crossed it. Remember that from, was it geography in high school? Tropic of Cancer in the north and Tropic of Capricorn, I believe it was, in the south. Probably, oh, here's a speed bump. Oh, we gotta get slowed down. Yeah, you can see their own infrastructure and prefabs and buildings and stuff. But these things are giant, so they do slow you down. They have the intended effect. One more. Oh, is that clutch, air conditioning, tires, brakes, and oil? Clutch, air conditioning, tires, brakes, and oil. Speaking of clutches, yeah. When we went to Mexico for a family vacation, we didn't rent a vehicle. The only time we went anywhere, we took a taxi or a bus from a resort or whatever. And but when we were in Cuba, which I guess a lot of the American folks didn't get to go to, we rented a car at the resort, and we were in the far southern tip of, I can't remember the name of it, the southern tip of the peninsula on the east side. And we're way down there. 120, 130, I think, miles from Havana, south. And
keep left.
Oh. So, anyway, we wanted to go to Havana, but because we were a family of four, uh, the little tour van thing would take you was super expensive, as opposed to if it had just been two of us, or whatever, my wife and I. But with the kids along, it would have been like $400 or $500 to go to Havana and tour around. So we could rent a car for about $200. So you rented a car, and it was I don't know if you get many Peugeots in the States, but it was a Peugeot 204 little Econobox, and I mean it fit the four of us okay. I could actually fit in the. I'm a fairly big guy, so fit in the driver's seat okay. And man, second gear synchro was ripped right out of it. Like there was red wine stains on the ceiling of the vehicle. It was just like partied and then driven to death by people who don't know how to drive a standard, I guess, because the transmission was rough. Like I pretty much had to double clutch second gear. Yeah, it was a poor little car. I felt bad for the bad, probably Canadian drivers that were driving that thing around like morons. Because it wouldn't be American tourists, it would have been Canadians. And most likely, because that's the majority of tourism in Cuba is Canadian, French, British, German. Like we'd see all those folks on the beach or wherever. But yeah, it was pretty disappointing. That poor little car had a hard time. But that was a sobering trip for the kids going to Havana, because there's the touristy part, and if we had have gone on a tour or on a tour bus or whatever, all we would have seen would have been the restored part of Havana that the government there wants you to see. But we had our own vehicle, we drove around, we went into places in Havana they don't want you to see, and man, was it rough. Wow. Everybody had really nice clothes. They were well dressed, colorfully dressed. Nobody was in rags, but the infrastructure, wow, rough, crumbling, falling apart. Roads were bad, buildings were bad, gaping holes in buildings and stuff, no windows, crammed, high density. That was pretty much. And my young girls, they were young at the time, I guess, just in their early teens. They were really shocked. And I gave them both disposable cameras to take photos. I guess you didn't tell us to go anywhere. To take photos of anything they wanted to see for the holiday. And their photos were sobering. See, they were taking photos of what they saw and what they wanted to was catching their eye, and it was all pretty sad. After I took a photo of them after we got back to our back into the touristy part of Havana, and
Keep right. After 50 yards, exit right ahead.
We stopped for some lunch, and
exit right ahead.
In the touristy zone, and everybody's trying to be happy and cheerful, like the people serving you and whatever. But my two girls were glum. I took a picture of them, and you'd think their favorite pet had just died. They were so sad after seeing that. It was their first exposure to the hard knocks that some people have to live through. Oh boy, let's change the subject. I'm getting depressed. Yeah, Mexico was totally different when we were there. It was a lot of fun. Another speed bump. Of course, you had to fight off the vendors everywhere. When we went into Playa del Carmen, as we were near there. And they were a couple years older and little, seasoned travelers at this point. They handled it pretty good. The one thing about Cuba is the people were invariably nice, and doing the best they could with what they had. But the food was terrible. Wow, unbelievably bad. They try and mimic what the other resorts do in the other hotspots. Oh, gee, I'm downshifting too soon. They had the different theme nights in the dining room, and one of them was steak night or whatever. And they to call what they were serving steak would be a injustice to steak the world over. And I said at the time and told Barb, it's like they ran their beef through a airport snowblower and caught it all in a dump truck and then just slapped the pieces out somewhere, burnt them to death, and then served it up as steak. There wasn't one cut anywhere I could recognize as anything resembling a cut of steak. It was just, I don't know, it was a homicidal maniac went at it or whatever, but there was no cuts. There was no, oh, what the heck was that? Oh man, I'm caught out of gear here. Anyway, it was pretty wild. In Mexico, we had when they had those, you get, I don't know, we're there 10 days or something, and you get your 2 nights. You can go to this steakhouse, another 2 nights at the surf or the seafood, whatever. The steak one was excellent. And here in Calgary and Alberta, we're known as this is the beef. So the beef is raised in Canada in large part, not solely, but we're known for very good beef. And they had anything, their beef there rivaled anything we could put out. Pretty impressive, really good. So if you have a choice, and even if it's just a few $100s more, go to Mexico over Cuba. And that is if you're into food. Here we are, Villanueva. Oh, speed bump. Big Mexican flag there. Looks like it goes down to 1 lane here. Somebody's having a problem somewhere. What's that guy behind me? Oh, Porsche.
After 100 yards, turn left.
That's 2 different horns. Hope I didn't miss my turn. Can I look at the map? No, this is the one she meant. Oh. That caught me by surprise. So how many more we're going to have here? The,
After 100 yards, turn right. Turn right.
The trailer I really liked down here was the Nitro Mods Rackley. It was really good here in Mexico. It's a fairly big trailer. You get some really big loads on it, but you could steer it around downtown in these little areas without problem. Watch it there, dude. Wow. Playing with his life. Oh, here we are, just like that.
You
Nice.
have reached your destination.
Yeah, I don't have hard parking turned on here, so this should be pretty straightforward. Yeah. I drove in here a little deep for this shorter trailer. Let's see. Should be able to recover that. Well, there you have it. A little trip in Mexico. Now that was a fairly tame one. What we can do, if you guys are interested, if you want to see it, I'll probably go back and do a north, one up in, I don't know, something different. And if you guys want to see something crazy in Mexico, say so. There's some really nutty roads, and there's some wild things to do and see down here. If you want to see something nuts, let me know. Anyway, yeah, let's get this load off of here. The brakes. Oh, it's kind of average fuel usage and everything. It wasn't too hilly. Yeah, so let me know what you want to see in Mexico. If there's more you want to see down here, I'd be happy to oblige. Let's see, anything else? The map mod video, you would have seen it by now, and hopefully that worked out for you, and you're able to make sense of it. Everything you need is in that PDF, really, and hopefully the link, like it works for me, hopefully it works for you guys, and yeah, other than that, take care. Thanks for your subscriptions. If you have it, perhaps consider it, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.